Hi, Scorpio Moons. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Care at 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Scorpio. Unlimited to anyone who should come across this message. Let me just scoot that over. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. Let me sip my tea here. And as you can see, we got a nice little pie thing going. If you're wondering about the lemons are used when making an apple pie to keep the apples from going bad. They're also very protective, just in a general sense, on the spiritual tip. And got a nice little slice of pie here. So if you ain't got no pie in the crib, either make you some or go have you a slice. Yeah, the sun is setting here, so it may get a little dark. I'm gonna try to keep it as light as possible. I might turn on a lamp or two. I normally try to do readings in the daytime, but when you're feeling the mood and getting guided, the time is always now. This is your beautiful constellation here. S's may be significant. I know Scorpio starts with an S, but I feel like that has something totally different to do with this reading. Thank you, Spirit. For this reading, I'll be doing a 6-card spread, and I'm going to be using the Melanated Classic Tarot deck by Julia Julesby and Ubria Chamshaw. Go ahead and split the deck here. I'll leave that right there. We'll just go with the flow of this as we lay the cards down. So let's see what the first card is. So we have the 7 of Swords. So this is an energy of some deception. With the 7, I would say, you know, if you're feeling this within your intuition, where this may be happening in your life or happening around you, the 7 speaks to that being on the right path. 7 energy is also the house of Libra. And so you may have Libra in your chart or be dealing with someone who has strong Libra in their chart. But overall, with this 7 of Swords, I'm seeing this 2 of Swords here, where the 5 of Swords, there's 5 swords that are being taken. 5 of Swords is a combative energy. Swords energy overall is Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, so definitely strong Libra energy I'm getting here. And so getting back to the 5 of Swords energy, I'm just getting overall that this is a very deceptive energy. And with this being the beginning card, I would say that this is something that is in your past or you're getting past. I also noticed too the intensity that's taking place over here on this side as well, where actually the card is going to be laid down. We have the pie over here with the lemons. And then also too, if you'll notice the energy, I'm not getting this as having to do anything with any kind of abundance, joy, or happiness, but definitely related to these lemons here, where lemons are by themselves sour. And so overall, I'm getting a sour energy with this. Also too, I'm seeing and noticing the circus tents. I've had these cards for quite a while, and with this card coming out, I haven't seen this card too much, but with this card, I'm seeing a circus. And so you may have been in a situation where you felt like you were dealing with a circus show. some kind of circus activities, games. I'm seeing this energy back here too that kind of looks like a battle, or like a group of people who are kind of on the side. And this person here, this energy here, whether this be you or someone else, is in attempts to run away from something as they're looking back. Possibly at this Two of Swords energy, not having enough space to be able to hold these Two of Swords. So it's possible, you know, maybe there was an energy of feeling like they were getting away with something and then realizing that the job wasn't as clean as they thought. This is going towards the west, so I'm getting like a transformative energy that's going to take place with these actions, as what we do and put out there always returns. And so this, I feel, will definitely be brought to light and be able to be taken care of in the responsible manner, so that people aren't hurting, there isn't any pain, and that this yellow is more representative of happiness and joy rather than being surrounded with this Five of Swords energy, Two of Swords energy here as well. Two of Swords would speak to being indecisive. But I feel too this little shade here in the background of these people, I would say that they're onlookers who are seeing this taking place without this individual really realizing it. So this could be angels, you know, take it as it resonates. In the spiritual sense, in the physical sense, it could be actual people that were seeing this taking place while this energy here was not realizing that they were actually being watched, that there were witnesses. It's kind of messy overall, this energy here. But again, with that 7 and coming back to that, I'm seeing these two as separate. These two numbers here from the Roman numeral 7, with the 5 being split away from the 2, where 2 is coming into a collaboration, where this could be representative of being indecisive, but also turning that into a positive with that 5 of change, massive change. And again, I was speaking on transformation, dealing with transformation, especially with these actions. And it's starting to get darker. Oh my goodness, let me move this here. I almost want to put these down here by the lemons. We'll see with the second card. And with that, speaking on the second house energy is Taurus. So there may be some Taurus energy at play as well. I also was noticing too the blue pants and the red shoes, the red and blue, and then the black. I had brought out black tourmaline. This is a protective crystal. That may be significant as well, where you may have been in a protective state throughout your journey, going through a process. If this is you, just take it as it resonates. And, you know, if this was your energy, where you were participating in this, there wasn't very much protection. Again, I think that just goes back to the group of onlookers back here. I'm going to turn on my lamp a little quick here. But then too, also, speaking on the 2, we're coming into the second card. And so with this individual here looking towards the east, which is House of the Light. It's the energy of the light. So something being brought to light. Whatever the second card is definitely going to relate to that. And so here we have the Queen of Swords. So I feel that this Queen of Swords is very intellectual, very smart. I do feel this Queen of Swords was very underestimated. This sword with this Queen of Swords is freaking humongous. And so I feel with this that there is a lot of clarity, there is a lot of truth. And I feel now to seeing this, these two cards side by side, where this energy here was an attempt to get away with something, thinking they were getting away with something, realizing they left these two swords, even possibly coming back to get these swords. And I feel like this Queen of Swords hadn't quite pulled all their cards yet, and then pulled out this big ass sword. And just kind of almost like took this energy by surprise. And I'll take that as confirmation there. The Queen of Swords, we have more swords energy, so that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And so I want to say too that these energies are almost like mirroring. And I would say, you know, possible, with them being side by side, possible soulmates that had to come together and go through this process with each other. And now this Queen of Swords, I feel, has, you know, pulled out their sword, is turning their back, opening to the universe, and having their hand open to the universe, asking for better to come in. Their back is totally away from the Seven of Swords energy, so no longer participating. The whole energy is totally different as well. As you can see, we have this yellow here, which I again feel is related to the lemons. And this Queen of Swords here is more in an elevated state where, as you can see here, we're in the clouds. And I would say too, like, not just in the clouds, but in a visual state of mind. Not necessarily dreaming, but just, I would say almost like in a meditative state too, where there is, like this could also be too, like a mudra. Mudra is what we use with our hands, utilizing our bodies to bring in and surround ourselves with particular energies that will benefit us, but also manifesting too. I'm getting that, seeing the clouds here. And when I say to the mirroring energies as well, the red shoes, that could have something to do, I feel, with the deception. And because they also have on this red cape of accomplishment, where this is a cape of accomplishment, being in that queen status. There's no, like I'm almost getting this as like a page. Like it doesn't say page, but it's not representative of a king, a knight. And so I'm just getting overall like a page energy just by the overall demeanor and attire. But you can see the mirroring energies there. And then almost like this Queen of Swords has transmuted a lot of this, because they're side by side. And so the circus, you know, could be connected to this card here, where the elevation has kind of come away from the circus and being in an elevated state of protection. Being in their own comfortable state, protective state. Birds may be significant. You can see that bird there. I do feel that this is a bird of protection, possibly another soulmate that is watching over this Queen of Swords here. But this is the Cape of Accomplishment, speaking to a journey where major transformations have been gone through and achievements and establishments have been made with integrity. This is the truth and nothing but the truth. Very, very intellectual, very smart, very bright, can be cold and quick to cut off. But I do feel that not necessarily wearing or playing, you know, all their cards at once, because I do feel that this sword was kind of just now pulled out with, I'm getting like a surprise energy here with this sword being pulled out to show the actual strength of this Queen of Swords energy. But I do feel too with this third card that's getting ready to come out that this Queen of Swords is welcoming a particular energy. And I feel that is going to be connected to whatever that third card is. Very pure state, and angelic, beautiful, graceful. And, you know, just with anybody, you know, there's always a positive and a negative side. And so I feel, you know, this Queen of Swords can really take it there if necessary, but chooses to be in the light as they're facing east. And that light that they're facing, that light that they are being, is exactly that light that I was talking about, where this energy here is looking towards that light, surprised by that light and the amount of light that is there, the amount of strength and power that is there as well. But a very overall bright energy that is super elevated. I'm getting just like overall divine energy. Likes to be out in nature. Encompasses, you know, great emotion as well. But again, can be cold and quick to cut off if necessary. Cutting off what no longer serves them. Not hesitating to turn. Having the power to be able to turn this stone in the direction that's necessary for them so that they can move forward successfully. Whatever energy you're feeling, I would just take that as it resonates. The third card we have is the Ace of Wands. And this ain't focusing, so I'm gonna have to get some more light here. So the Ace of Wands here is a creative new offer. It's an offer. It's a new beginning. It's a new spark. I feel like not only is this being offered by the divine, but also being offered in the physical. And as I'm hearing the song in the background, Let's Dance by David Bowie, I definitely am getting this as an offer. I'm seeing this hand being offered from the divine, but also too, this being an individual, a very spiritual individual. And there's a lot of new prospects here, a lot of great things that can come from this new beginning. This could also be a very passionate offer as well. This is coming from, I do feel like this sword here is like the final sword of like a Ten of Swords energy. And so this is being welcomed in order to transmute that Ten of Swords energy, where this sword is like super huge, and maybe that is speaking to the amount of the sword energy with that Ten of Swords. This is being welcomed in as a new beginning, coming from a 10, going into full status, and renewing oneself, transforming, and coming into an ace. Wands energy is Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So that may be significant. I am seeing this trail of water here, where I do feel that is connected to this water here. There's a strong connection here, where I do feel this is another individual here, a very spiritual energy here, who is of this Wands energy. Wands also is dealing with structure, stability, and matters of the home. And also, I would say, you know, having to do with beginning a new family or a new home. Wands energy is also dealing with career and how one is seen in the world. And so this could also be dealing with, you know, career and new leadership, coming into leadership. After coming from a transformation, dealing with this energy here, coming into stability and being ready to start a new beginning, where one is now able to be a leader in a spiritual format. And because of that, I do feel that counterpart energy is also coming into play. A lot of love is here. Unconditional love is present here as well, with a lot of that green there. And then the blues are also, they're not the same, but they are both blue, where we have this one card here kind of distinguishing itself with that yellow. And also with the cloud energy there too, I would say that's matching more of this heavenly feel. With that emotion, that water, also connecting these two energies as well. It's almost like you can see the mirroring of the sword of truth and then the spark of the wand. This could be a very passionate feeling towards this Queen of Swords here too from another soulmate. Let me flip on one more light. I do feel with that energy too that as the truth is coming to light, like there is like possibly having to deal with this energy where there is a light trying to be diminished. Let me grab this other light here. Actually, I'm gonna put this over here so we can share some. And then too, saying that as well, I just realized, you know, normally when I start a reading, I'm able to sit and be there. I've gotten up quite a couple of times in order to keep things going. So you may be feeling that energy as well, where you may have distractions or things that are coming about, some interference of some sort, but you keep on pressing and you keep staying in your strength as long as you have this sword of truth here. And I do feel this energy to be very strong, given this with the, it's in the middle. And with most of my readings, the middle card at the top is usually in most, I'd say 99% of the time, the strongest card. I consider this the nucleus of those 6 cards that do come out. Oh, and I don't like shadow either. My goodness. We'll keep going here. I'm gonna see here. Let me see. I'm gonna shift myself one more time. So there's no shadow. All right, so I cannot stand that. It's judgment. Oh my goodness. And so this is falling underneath the 7 of Swords card here. And I'll hold it up here. I mean, Scorpio energy is, you know, the shadow energy is your energy. So it's like you're all over this reading, and that's great. But as far as like trying to read my cards and the lighting and all that good stuff, I'm definitely feeling that energy here. But we're going to keep going here. So with the Judgment card here, with this energy that's coming out, I'm just getting with this falling underneath the 7 of Swords here, that it speaks of a definite change that is due to take place. That is very much in need of taking place. And this energy that has been taking place is now reaping what has been sown, which overall is not quite of a positive nature. And so the angels are calling down upon those who have been in this action. I feel though too, this is also speaking to like an overall sense of those who have planted seeds, depending on what kind of seeds you have planted, whether those be good or bad. Judgment Day is here and there are awakenings. And so when I was speaking on the transformation, with this energy going west, going through that transformation, going through transformation, coming into an awakening with judgment here. The Saturn energy is very strong currently as well too. We have Saturn that is in retrograde. And so with the movement there, it's not necessarily moving backwards. It's just not moving as quickly as it normally would. But I'm definitely getting the strong sense of the change in the 10s. Like speaking on that 5 where I had split that up from the 2. That's speaking to change, the tens, and then also speaking on that Ten of Swords energy. I feel that is definitely related to one of these tens here in the Judgment card. 20 breaking down overall to a 2. That brings me back up to that 2 that I was speaking on here too, with that 2 of being indecisive, but also transforming in a way where moving forward, there's going to be more of a cooperation rather than this deceptive energy that is starting off your reading here. But this is, I feel this is like good things that are coming in for a family. And if not for a family, for individuals, and for something that is destined to happen. Where destiny is, like divine intervention is here and destiny is coming into play. And it's speaking massive amount of volumes in the heavens. And with this song playing in the background, we have Oops, Oh My by Tweet. This may have something to do with Twitter, tweeting. There may have been some deception with some social media. Something definitely taking place with social media. I'm seeing this here as a moon, where there were secrets, and it's more closer to that Seven of Swords energy there. But this beautiful archangel is here and sounding the horn, and awakenings are happening. It's Judgment Day. You know, whether you've been planting good seeds or bad seeds, individuals are beginning to reap what they have sown. And that Saturn retrograde energy is going to last until October 17th, give or take 5 days after. All right, so let's see. Holy shadows, fam. Oh boy. Okay, so these two cards have been popping out together. Like, let me make sure we can get some good light here. We'll hold it right here. Justice and Judgment have been coming out together quite a bit, I'd say, for the last 2-3 weeks. I would say ever since the Saturn energy going in retrograde, where Saturn is just kind of slowing down and taking its time to go ahead and kind of straighten everything out and fix, you know, smooth over what needs to be smoothed over because of, you know, while it's been in forward, you know, complete direct transition, you know, things have been going on, the Seven of Swords energy here. And so Justice is here following the Judgment. With these two coming together, that definitely speaks to awakenings and, again, going back to that reaping what one has sown. Justice too, also, this could be involving lawyers or courts. So you could be dealing with a situation that is involving court. Something that is bringing in fairness and balance. Also too, with this being an 11 card, that also is breaking down to a 2. So we have 2 2s here in a row. You may be seeing a lot of 2s. I do feel that with that 2 energy as well, that kind of speaks to the pairing of the Judgment and the Justice and the importance and the impact that this is going to make depending on the actions of each individual, the individuals in this Judgment card. I would say Justice is here over this reading as well because, again, this isn't one of my typical ways of doing this reading, but we're going to keep on pressing. We're on the 5th card here, 5, speaking of transformative change. Also, I would say speaking on not just the transformation, but also on what is to come, which I feel, you know, what goes down, you know, goes back up. you're at the bottom and the only way to go is up. And so I feel with that 5 energy too, that speaks to adventure as well and good things that are coming. That can also speak to, and I take that as confirmation, that can also speak to the negative and positive, the polarities of everything, where, you know, there was more of a negative energy here, where more positivity is being brought in to help with that balance. And then again, we have strong Taurus energy here with the second house. The Taurus energy is so strong here that I just feel like Taurus and moon energy are very strong in this reading here for you. I'm also getting Chiron in Taurus as well. So that could be significant if you have Chiron in Taurus or you're connecting to someone who has Chiron in their Taurus. Or Taurus as their Chiron sign. Oh my goodness. That's getting crunk up in here. But I'm also noticing too the color of this green here. And that just speaking to the heart chakra. And the amount of love that is involved here with this Justice card as well, being in play with the balance that's being brought in, having everything to do with love, also affecting of the crown chakra, and with this pink here, that also is connected to the heart chakra. The heart chakra colors are green and pink, and so a lot of love is due here. That's going to be brought into play with the balance. The red I'm seeing as like assistance from the ancestors. Whatever work that has been done to bring in this judgment and justice in one's journey, I feel has a lot to do with ancestral help. And not just one person doing this on their own, but receiving help from their tribe and from their ancestors, having everything to do with their tribe. Because our tribe is mainly dealing with those who have been along with us on our journey, not just in this life, but in past lives. And then being in between the pillars of truth here with the sword blending in with these pillars here. And so overall, I would say too, Scorpio Moons, with your strong energy and just, I would say bringing things to light. Like it's like you don't even try to bring things to light. It's just the essence of you and Scorpio overall, where it just, it's automatic. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's inevitable. So for anything to be out of balance when it comes to Scorpio energy, it's going to be, again, automatic for that to come into play, whether it be now or whether it takes time for that to take place. I'm going to scoot this here. Let me move some stuff over as we shift to get into the 6th card. This has been pretty lit. And I'm also noticing too, the Justice card, the 11 is falling underneath the Queen of Swords. And so I'm getting 111. That may be significant. That also breaks down to a 3. And with that 3, I'm getting like a celebration, a collaborative effort, a working between 2 individuals and the divine, or a tribe. The tribe coming into play. But that justice, I feel this Queen of Swords with the decisions that have been made by the Queen of Swords, facing away from this 7 of Swords energy, welcoming in a new beginning, a new spark, a new offer, being the sword of truth and clarity, being unafraid to speak their truth and receiving the accomplishments necessary, doing the work, the meditative work that is necessary, to receive what they have been blessed with, it's bringing in justice. And I was speaking on that red. That red there is definitely speaking volumes, related to apples as well. Let me get I have a guide here. Let me grab that real quick so I can read on that. So apples deal with matters of love, healing, garden magic, and immortality. And so I feel that definitely is speaking to that tie, that ancestral tie, and the gifts that they have brought in, the gifts that you have drawn in, you know, whether this be you or not, the gifts that have been drawn in from the ancestors in order to have this clarity and be that truth and stand in truth. Bringing in a new beginning, following that new beginning, there's judgment and then justice that are side by side, which I can't even like express the amount of impact that I feel that this is bringing into the lives of everyone involved. Highly major transformations and awakenings. And a lot of it that is being felt. You know, I feel that if it's more, you know, on the negative side, it's going to be felt pretty intensely. With the High Priestess card, that makes me think of the High Priestess card, and the past few readings that I've been doing where the High Priestess did come out, the J was standing out on the two pillars. It's similar to the Justice card. But the High Priestess is sitting in between two pillars, where the pillar in this deck is black and white with a white streak with a B. And then it's totally white with a J, with a black J, I believe. And so I'm starting to connect those two, even though we don't see the High Priestess here. With the Queen of Swords coming above the Justice, I do feel with that intuitiveness of the Queen of Swords that the Queen of Swords is that High Priestess energy that has brought in that justice, that sword of truth. We have mirroring energies, where this may even be counterpart energy here with the feminine and a masculine energy, with the feminine energy coming into balance within herself, not gender specific, take it as it resonates, and then producing physical counterpart energy coming from that spirituality of balance. And this counterpart energy helping to bring that balance even more into the physical. What is coming after the judgment, what is being reaped, is justice. Being truth, reaping truth. After some Seven of Swords energy here. Let's see if I'm getting anything else. Also, too, I'm just noticing that there are 3 10s that could be side by side, minus this one. This one card here may be another ace, or speaking to this Ace of Wands here. And that Ace of Wands being part of this justice here. But that's 3 10s overall. So we could be speaking on, you know, with the good seeds that have been planted, 10 of Cups. And I know I spoke on the 10 of Swords energy. But I'm definitely getting 10 of Cups and then 10 of Pentacles energy. And not necessarily 10 of Wands, because we do have Wands energy here where there's an ace. And it could be 10 of Wands. Just take it as it resonates. You know, if there was a lot of burden coming from this 7 of Swords energy, then, you know, that totally makes sense. But we'll see with the 6th card here. And then coming into the 6th card, that does speak to unconditional love. And I just noticed that, you know, all this green here in this Ace of Wands, I feel that unconditional love has everything to do with this Ace of Wands and what this Queen of Swords is welcoming in, but also energetically bringing this into herself and it's producing results here with the Justice in the physical. And then the Justice too, this is Libra energy. So we have Libra energy like very strongly here. And then with the tens, that speaks to Capricorn energy, having to do with, I would say, stability. Oh, and you know what? Now that I realize too, Taurus, that strong Taurus energy is the opposite of your axis here. It's on the other side of Scorpio. And so this could be, you know, you doing some shadow work and bringing in clarity, bringing in truth, and dealing with your shadow side, that shadow energy of Taurus. Taurus having everything to do with luxury, stability, comforts, food. You know, we do have pie. You know, you may love pie. And just take it as it resonates, you know, if that pertains to you or not, or someone that you're connected to. But that's where now I'm seeing, that's where when I said Taurus moon, it's actually connected to you and the opposite of your axis, which is Taurus energy. Thank you, Spirit. And let me see if I'm getting anything else. I'm seeing a good amount of your energy here with the water. Like I'm seeing the water, and the water is still and it's flowing. It's not, you know, it doesn't have a big presence like it does here in the Judgment card, where there's like an overflow of emotion, I feel, because of what is due, because of what has been taking place, you know, in the past, or whether this is, you know, now coming away from that. But kind of putting, you know, emotion is still there, but it has had to be kind of put to the side in order for these major transformational impacts to be made. And I do feel that emotion is going to come back into play, but you kind of had to go into that Taurus energy side in order to be able to move forward. All right, so let's see what the sixth card, and also too, six cards. Sixes are also dealing with sixth house energy of Virgo. That may or may not be significant. I do feel that the Virgo energy is kind of having to deal with this Judgment card, with just the angelic presence and the representation of Virgo and everything that it has been standing for lately in the readings that I've been doing. But we'll see here. Let's see what the sixth card is. So interesting. We have another 7, where I do feel that this is kind of like alpha and omega energy, even though we're starting with the 7 here that has to do with, you know, some kind of deception. But I feel that the Justice here with this Ace of Wands right above the 7 of Cups here, I feel this is your man. Okay, so my video cut and, you know, it tends to do that when I'm on a roll with a specific message. And so I'm going to go ahead and just finish and not have too many minutes left for this video. I don't know what that noise was. Oh my God. But I would say with the 2 7s here and this falling underneath the Ace of Wands, that the 7 is actually speaking to being on the right path and having those options. And then also too, the Libra energy where we're speaking to justice. So we have strong Libra energy with a majority of these cards representing Libra energy. But also with the Justice following the Justice, you seeing your manifestations come to fruition. Everything that you have been manifesting and dreaming and wishing for is coming to you. I feel too that on the opposite side of that with this falling underneath the Ace of Wands, it could have to do with this Ace of Wands and this offer from this spiritual energy here. And this being the choice that you have made, which is a particular individual here, which I think is super dope. And the reason why I say that is because they're both of a cloud energy here. And I feel that it's almost like this, like once the choice was made by you, like you put your foot down, you brought your sword out, you're cutting off what no longer serves you. And as you're doing that, you're bringing in what it is that you want to manifest, what you've been manifesting, which is this Ace of Wands energy here, which I do feel is counterpart, having everything to do with this Justice card, which I feel is that energy there as well. That's so crazy. It's like when that stuff happens, like when my videos do split, it just lets me know that I'm on the right path. And then with the sevens there, the angels speaking and letting me know that I'm on the right path as well. And not just me, but this energy overall with those sevens of being on the right path, following the judgment and the justice. But I do feel strongly about there being options here, and then you being definite, whether this be you or not. This Queen of Swords being definite about that Ace of Wands energy. And I think this is a super cool card too. I really like this card. Because I didn't notice that this, you know, could possibly be an individual until probably a few readings ago when this came out. When I used this deck. And I'm like, is that a person? Like this could, you know, this could be a person. And I'm getting that very strongly here. Very cloudy energy. As you can see here, it's like a manifestation between counterparts here. Where this was a past soulmate, where this Queen of Swords wasn't always in queen status, has, you know, gone through a situation, a transition that has elevated them into queen status. You know, I would say Empress status, because I did channel the High Priestess energy there as well. But because of that, not being able to resonate, no longer resonating with this energy, putting their back to this and welcoming in new, which is more of an elevated and matching state of spirituality, and also being in the physical as well. Having made that choice for manifestations, these energies here manifesting one another and it coming to fruition. All right, so I'm going to end it there. This was a great reading. I would say to take it as it resonates. It was kind of disheartening to get this energy as the first card, but seeing, you know, how this all played out, it's like, go team. You know, so for whoever this resonates for, I know it's a little dark. I'm going to try to brighten this up before I put it together and post it, but you know, whoever this is for and whatever resonates with you, you know, on the upside, this is fantastic because there's a new beginning and we have the Judgment and the Justice card here at play, letting you know that, you know, what has been taking place with the Seven of Swords energy is being dealt with and things are coming into balance in all formats. I would say in career and relationship, you know, past dealings where you no longer have to worry about that, and are able to have a new beginning on a more elevated state that's more of a positive nature with more hope. And it's not just going to help you, but it's going to help the world. And I feel like also too with this elevation, there's just good overall happy feeling and protectedness too, just covered in sanctity and purity, grace and love. And being, you know, I would say having stability with this counterpart energy because you have this stability within yourself. It's showing in the physical as well here too, where this particular energy, like I feel is like facing on, like, you know what? Like I got your back. That's what I'm feeling with that. So Scorpio Moons, this was your reading. I thank you so much for allowing me to be in your space and your energy. I hope that these messages were helpful and offer some assistance and guidance. I wish you all the best as you move forward. I love you and take care. Peace.